showtime.
Ugh, what a good nap. I feel like I could just take on the world right now. I saved the world, stopped ending Getsus and Team Plasma. And oh my god, I'm saying doubles on. Why do I have two freaking moms? Hey everybody, it's the D-Rock the 100 and welcome back to more of Pokemon White. Last time, I just kind of rambled on what we did in the last episode, but now I wake up and I see two moms here. Why do I have two moms? Wait. Is my mom a lesbian? Says you can do amazing things, is it not so? Incredible, really. Amazing, absolutely. Meeting these two Pokemon of legend. This is... Oh, I still wear my disguise. Pardon me. Or rather, let me introduce myself.
Are you my daddy?
Okay, no. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Where am I? Oh, wait, hang on. I'm trapped in another dimension at the moment. Hang on just a second. That's much better. I'm a clone charting elite of the International Police. My name, no, I shall inform you of my code name only. My code name, it is Looker. It is how I am called. From what I've been hearing from the manga, you can be quite the looker. Behind the scenes of this region of Unova, an organization called Team Plasma conspires. This I have heard, and therefore, to this region I must come, but... Thanks to the gym leaders and to you, yes, Team Plasma's castle has fallen. And the members, they have gone upon their separate ways. This is what I hear, most certainly. But dude, I think you hit your head a little too hard. Did you get amnesia at some point in your life? I'm pretty sure you did. The ones known as the Seven Sages, still, they hide themselves in the Unova region. And so in the end, it explains why I must ask this of you, trainer of amazing skill. Travel the Unova region, search it up and search it down for the Seven Sages. Alder, the champion of renown, recommended you to my notice. But he won't help me. Yeah, sure. Any remnants at Team Plasma, I can deal with. Excellent, I thank you. I feel as if I have perhaps 1 million people on my side. Permit me to give this into your hands. We get the Super Rod, and finally we can freaking fish! That's a Super Rod, right? Yes, correct. It's certainly a Super Rod. Were we talking about the Team Plasma 7 Sages? What does this have to do with looking for those people? I see. It is truly Derek's and Mama to ask so. What a magnificent question. I admire it. What should I answer? Absolutely nothing! I see. Yes, I shall provide the explanation of this, the Super Rod. First, face where I employ the rod. Second, concentrate your focal point. It occurs here in your bite will indicate. Immediately, reel it. For the rest, Derek, I depend upon you. You think this is awkward, right? People from the International Police are kind of unique, aren't they? Yeah, they were. Well, no worries. I think you should just do what you want to do. You're practically a grown-up now. Wow! Hey, Derek. Is it okay through talking to you? I'm sorry. By the time I went to get the strides and city gym leaders, everything was over. If that's the case, I guess it's escaped when the Shadow Triad had created an opening. Guess this? The Shadow Triad? I'll tell you later about what happened in the castle. It's more important to ask what you plan to do now, Bianca. You know what? I'm gonna go to White Forest. That's the city on the other side of Route 16 when you leave from Nimbasa City. If you go that way, you might be able to meet all sorts of Pokemon you've never seen before. Oh god, this nut again.
Oh, well, this is nice timing. I see you're all here.
Just a moment ago, I got some National Pokédex data from an acquaintance. Since you're here, let's upgrade your Pokédex with the National Pokédex data. I'm sure you'll be visiting a wider range of places. Naturally, that means you'll be encountering more Pokemon. See your Pokédex for a second. Here you go, Bianca. Next up is Sharon. And last but not least, you don't even mention my name. You can now switch your Pokédexes to the National Mode Pokédex. But in the National Pokédex, it will surely be a big challenge. So take your time, enjoy yourselves, and meet lots of Pokemon. Joke's on you! Getting them all is gonna be brutal! How the National Pokédex? It's like there are tons of Pokemon I don't know yet. Ah, yes! All 493 plus more. Oh, I wanted to show Mom and Dad my Pokédex. I gotta go! Let's meet again somewhere, okay? Huh. Youngest as impetuous as ever, no matter what is going on. I could travel all the way around Unova, starting at Route 1 again. I'm sure I'll discover lots of new things. Could be I'll encounter the 7 sages along the way. And Derek, if we spy each other along the way, let's battle again, okay? Okay, the National Pokédex. I have a history with this. It has always been a thorn in my side. Well, okay. The National Pokédex is technically completable. The issue that we have with it is that you gotta transfer Pokemon from past games that don't exist in this particular game. Like I said, all 493 of them. And you wanna know what the worst part is? A majority of those Pokemon can only be obtained through special events. Let that sink in for a moment. We got something that's new that's accessible to us. Records. First game clear. Jeez, Mystic. You just are getting the shaft on this. That sucks. Huh? Hello? What wallpaper were added to commemorate your success? Oh, Mystic, I'm so glad to see you. You're gonna be a tremendous help from here on in. And I ain't leaving you behind again. You got screwed out in that final fight, but I guess to be fair, you would have had a pretty much of a bad advantage on that disadvantage or whatever. I can't talk today. A lot has happened, and I can't think straight. This makes the question why I'm even recording if that's the case. Nah, whatever. I just said I'm gonna question it. So, now that we have access into the Super Rod, the only fishing rod that you have access to the game, I think it's about time we kind of explore around the place and kind of look more into places where we can fish and see what we can uncover from deep in the ocean floor. So, that means we have new Pokemon for us to talk about. And I mean, we have a lot of new Pokemon for us to talk about. just to kind of give you an idea of what to expect. Wait a minute. I did it, right? There we go. So that being said, Route 1. We have only 2 new Pokemon that can be found through that fishing. And if I can ever have a chance to fish up a Pokemon for this, that'd be great. Thank you. First up is the rarest Pokemon from Generation 3, Feebas. Okay, this thing is a joke. It's basically a Magikarp, but Gen 3 style. The only real big positive that I can say out of it is that you don't have to worry about contact statements anymore for this. The only way how you can evolve it is with the use of a Prism Scale. And you have to trade that, which sucks. But why go the extra mile for that one? But when you can also find, I believe, in Rippling Water, you can just find Milotech, its evolution. This thing is awesome. Especially when it has that really nice marble scale ability. It used to be a signature ability, but the Tratini line can have that to add its hidden ability, so good luck on trying to have such a good use of it with that ability if it's hidden away. Whatever. Going down more as it is. Milotech is a bit of a shallow Pokemon. Mainly due to the fact that while it is good for tanking a lot of hits, it really shines through with a status infliction. Which is why I safely say, give this thing a paralysis, or maybe even the flame orb, and you'll be fine. And that's all I really have to say about Milotech and even Feebas on the matter. I guess if you're looking for a way how to start up a brand new team, Milotech is a pretty good choice. But just don't like it how it is on Route 1. We're kind of in shallow waters. And I just been having an issue with this Basculin, and okay, you can knock yourself out. I was trying to run from it, but apparently I liked its chances. But you know what? I'll get something better to have a more chance of it in the future. So, my ultimate goal is to try to go through as much as I can, but there are some locations where I'm only going to be covering only certain portions of the game, but I'm going to try not to rush through all of this. So, out here, on Route 18, now that we've got access to the Super Rod, we have 7 new Pokemon for us to talk about, and the majority of them are actually pretty good. The only real catch is that fishing them up to catch them. Whatever. Let's get right into it. Starting things off, Finneon and Luminion. Luminion can be found through Rippling Water, and quite frankly, you could do worse. I used one in a past Let's Play, and even though there wasn't exactly the ability that I hoped that it was going to have, it's still pretty good as it is. It can take a lot of good amount of hits like a champ, but you're kind of better off with something else. Okay, don't get me wrong, I feel like it's pretty good, but I always feel like the Finneon and Luminion are just absolutely outclassed. Not the worst, but definitely something worth taking into consideration. I guess if you really want her to be good and be a really good tactical user for this, Storm Drain is a fantastic choice to go for in double battles, and even triple battles if you know how to use them. But, all in all, not bad, but just very much outclassed. Let's move on to another Pokemon that is not exactly outclassed, but is actually a pretty cool classic. Horsea, and Seadra, and Kingdra. Seadra and Kingdra can be found through rippling water, and yes, we're finding a good amount of Pokemon that can only be found through rippling water. Can't go wrong with something like that, eh? Let's just kind of cut right to the chase and savor what makes this Pokemon so good. Swift Swim turning into Poison Point, and then back to Swift Swim is kind of an odd choice to go for on this. I personally think that you're probably better off with Sniper when it comes into multiplayers. Especially since then that you could have a nice snipe shot with some good moves and that it can learn. But I guess, just to be on the safe side, Swift Swim is probably going to be the better choice to go for Horsea and Kingdra, and Poison Point is great for Seadra. Quite honestly, I actually think that Poison Point with Seadra is probably better than Swift Swim than on Horsea and Kingdra. But I guess if you really want Kingdra, it has some good amount of resistances, it only is weak to Dragon, you could do worse with this. The only real gripe, and I mean really big gripe, Kingdra is more on the too balanced outside. I wanted him to be a little bit more on the offensive side, but I guess it's just too fabulous to look on the part. Chinchou? Why are you like this? You're one of the more interesting water electric types, and your primary purpose is just absorbing whether it's water or electric. Of course, it's going to be electric in this case because Water Absorb is locked through a hidden ability. But better than having Illuminate, which just draws in more Pokemon in the wild. Ugh. What do we even bother with that? Anyway. This is a fantastic choice to go for in double battles and triple battles. You really can't go wrong with something like this. The only real interesting fact that I can say about it is that it has a good amount of immunities for being part of electric type. But a trade-off for this is that it's weaker against certain other types because of that type. I would say great for the use as a multiplayer, not so much for single player because of it. And also, I said it before, I'll say it again. Don't give this thing Illuminate, please! I might have just saved you some sanity points. Next up is probably one of the more interesting choices to go for, and I actually feel this one has gotten a little bit better. Quillfish. A water poison type that actually has a pretty fleshed out moveset through level up. Thunder Waves through TM? Having that Poison Point ability? Don't lie. That's a good choice in combinations to go for. I really do want to consider this Pokemon to be really good, but it does take a little bit of some time to understand it as a Pokemon in on itself. It has a good variety of choices of moves to go through both level up and TMs. But I really do wish that it has access to Intimidate, one of the best moves, or I guess in this case, abilities in the game. All in all, if you really want Quillfish, it's a good choice, but you might want to try to be a little bit tactical with this one if you plan on using it. It's meant to be a pretty decent physically offensive Pokemon, but not really so much with everything else, so I would say it's good as it is, but it's very heavily outclassed. But it's more hands to be CI for this little quill Pokemon. Or I guess in this case, Pufferfish. Yeah, whatever. So I'm back here at this lab. And this place is still vacant. There is actually something special that I want to talk about. And if you can tell from the post-game that I'm doing at this printers right now, we got some things and that needs to be discussed. There was a time-based event many years ago, but of course it shut down because, well, this is Pokemon Gen 5, and now we're practically almost double the generations later. There is a Pokemon that will be gifted to you through certain days through this event, but unfortunately, it's gone forever. This in particular lab, the P2 lab, has a very interesting Pokemon that can be learning more of its true potential. If you had access to this event, which I do not, unfortunately, you would have been gifted with the legendary Pokemon and Team Plasma's ultimate creation, Genesect. Genesect is a Bug Steel type with download for the ability. And quite honestly, probably one of the best choices to go for. I mean, sure, you put Scizor to shame a little bit, but then again, this is going to only be attained to this Wi-Fi event that died a long time ago. But that's not to say that this thing is bad. I say it because I really think that this is a really good Pokemon that has some very good high highs and very good low lows. Or I guess bad low lows, to say the least. A scientist from this place center will tell you about some drive set that Genesect can use for his signature move, Technoblast. This is an 85 power, 100 accuracy special normal type move that can be an electric, fire, ice, or water type if it's holding any appropriate drives, but if it's not, it's just normal. But I'd say this with a little bit of a grudge and cringe, but Technoblast is much weaker than some moves that it can learn through teams like, say, Thunderbolt, Ice Hit Beam, and Flamethrower. Out of all these drives, the Douse drive is going to be the best choice to go for, because it doesn't learn Hydro Pump in any way, if I recall. It takes a lot of good hits. That download ability, it really helps out in terms of boosting its attack or special offense stat, depending on your opponent's defense stats. It's really good, but sadly, it's locked into the special event, and there's no way for me to get access to it except through hacking, and I'd rather not hack. I want to do this legitimately, and not the cringy way. So all around, if you want to go for Genesect, you're gonna have to hack the game at this point, so that's all I can really say about Genesect as a whole. And before you guys asking in the comments why I didn't say 120 power, it wouldn't have been until a later generation where it got that much needed upgrade. So one of the reasons why I came out here is because we have an enemy that's nearby. Thanks. As I was saying, actually, I'll just probably go ahead and start from the beginning, because there's gonna be a bit of a hassle for me getting over there, but it's okay. So like I was saying, there's another purpose for coming out here. If you were paying attention to while he was doing the bios in the corner, we have an enemy that's nearby. And I need to put up a repel. I'm gonna buy more repels when I get back to Cumulus Town. And that's probably gonna be the biggest objective that I'm gonna be doing pretty much at this point on. Just gonna go through here and... Alright. Coming down here, we have this douchebag. It smells of the sea here. Oh no crap! This place has the same ocean smell as where I was born. Guess it's wandered the lands of this world all over, collecting knowledge of all kinds while searching for like-minded people. The moment we met, he understood what I desired. The ability to understand the minds and the needs of others. This is an ability that everyone needs to survive. My Lord Ed is a kind and excellent person who understands the hearts of Pokemon. But conversely, perhaps his ability to understand the hearts and feelings of people is not developed enough. But even that was a part of the perfection of Getsus' plan. When it comes to Getsus, I cannot separate the truth from the lies. See this? I received it from Getsus, but I no longer need it. I hope you can put it to some good use.
Nope. No, I will not.
Someday, if my Lord develops the ability to understand the feelings of people as well as Pokemon, I would like us to gather again. More than get anything, I want to see and confront Getsus. And now, about Team Plasma. I'm an officer of the International Police. There's so many things you must tell me at once. If that is what you desire. Many thanks. Now, Getsus notwithstanding, there yet remains but 5 of the 7 sages still at large. What is it they're thinking? What maybe they are hoping? This is the information I have in need of. Quick and soon, say I. Yeah, I wasn't joking for when I said that I think you might have hit your head pretty hard and have amnesia at one point. Alright. Oh, that's right. There's an item that respawns each day. That's right. I kind of wish it was either the pearl or the heart scale. But it's okay. I've already acquired a good amount of a fortune as it is from out there, so I got no desire for wealth and fortunes right now. Except for at one point later. That's another one I'll talk about it. Almost lost the timing on that one. Quillfish! I actually caught home one of you guys a little while ago while I was talking about the bios. Alright. So I guess the only real thing for me to do out in this crazy joint is just kind of explore the areas. There's really not a whole lot that I wanted to do for this episode, as I don't just want to cover a portion of this location, well, at least of Unova, but I still plan on trying to cover as much as I can now that we have some new things and that are accessible to us. Let's see here. I got some good amount of money burning a hole in my pocket, so I am definitely gonna need some more of you guys. And man, that amulet coin did wonders for me. Thank God. Alright, so I think probably the last thing that I'll do... Oh. That's right. At the start of the post-game, we now have access to outbreaks. I'm not going to talk about all the Pokemon that's in the Pokemon outbreaks, but you know what? I guess I could kind of show off a little bit of that. And the one that I saw was out at Route 4. I couldn't maybe fly there, but where's the fun in that? And don't worry. We're talking about this later. Wait a minute. Never mind. I'm actually kind of making a fool of myself. Route 4 is just north of Nimbasa, not Nimbasa, Castelia City. So, another time. Had a bit of a brain fart on that one. But then again, when do I ever not have brain farts? Okay. So, let's kind of check up on the gym leaders since we're here. Want to see how they're doing. Hey, you slackers! In the Unova region, we are still novice gym leaders, which means, well, that other gym leaders are much stronger than we are. Going slow and steady is okay, so we compete with one another and get stronger and stronger. You have confidence issues.
Oh, it's you!
Your fire's more intense than when you got the trio badge. We heard about the incident with En's castle. If you hadn't received the message in time, the three of us could have helped. Are you guys just too junior to have all of that to be brushed over you or something? It's like working on the lower ranked members of the Ministry of Magic or something. Okay. Well, anyway. I need a Pokemon with cut, don't I? But that's okay. I got nothing too serious that I want to do now. But... if I remember correctly, I believe it was you. Yes. You know what? Krusty, you earn a well-deserved break. Mainly because of the fact that you kind of helped bring massive victories at the Pokemon League yesterday, so... let's go ahead and cut this tree down. We got an item right here that I never picked up. A paralysis heal. Let's see here. Was there anything else of interest that's over here? Yes? No? Maybe so? I guess not. Alright. Come on, get in here. We now have access to this. Full access. I believe from before that I think there was something that was blocking this way? But, yeah, whatever. So, down here is something that's new to us. We're still in the Dream Yard, but now we're in an underground section of the Dream Yard. But we're not gonna worry about that right now, because I'm actually gonna go ahead and end things off right around here. We made some pretty good amount of progress when we found one of the 7 sages, or in this case, one of the 6 sages that managed to escape our clutches. We managed to get ourselves to Super Rod. We got our objectives to kind of explore around the place a bit more. I think we're gonna end things off from right here. Next time on Pokemon White, we enter the underground areas of the Dream Yard, see what's going on down there, and maybe explore another location that's now accessible to us in the post-game. Probably somewhere a little bit dusty. See you guys then.